You're listening to SM Media, the number one place for exclusive Scottish football content.
You have a heart of a giant, show it. You got the pride of a lion, roaring. Maybe you need big love, you don't need to give up. 'Cause something real is waiting there for you. You've been flying solo, now it's time to let go. The only thing that's left for you to
Hi folks, and welcome to the latest episode of the SM Media Scottish Women's Football Show. I'm Scotty Pike. It's an absolute pleasure to be your host as always. I'm delighted to welcome this week's special guest. It's a pleasure to welcome on Gartcairn, Dionne Brown. Dionne, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you so much, Scott. It's a pleasure to actually be on, so thank you for asking us.
Not a problem, it's an absolute pleasure. How you been? How was yesterday?
Yeah, good. It was cold, but but yeah, it was a good game. It was a result we needed after a couple of weeks, having a bad couple of weeks anyway. But yeah, it was a good result. Beating the Queen's Park 2-1 was it was a hard shift, but it was a good team result. Yeah.
Yeah, coming for 1-0 down as well, obviously.
Aye.
You can kind of look. We've spoken about this a couple of times the past few weeks. Obviously, Gartcairn were flying at the start of the season. We're on a really good run. Obviously, the past couple of weeks some difficult results, but
Yeah.
it is a very, very competitive league. Surely, although the start of the season was beyond the kind of expectations of what you thought, because it was a sensational start.
Well, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I was speaking to Alba the other day there, and that's the thing. I think everybody kind of not write us off, but we were the underdogs, and we might still be. But I think we did start it flying, and we're still doing very well just now. But like you say, it's a very competitive league, and it's players and teams are going to drop points every week. It's one of the most unpredictable leagues you'll ever come across, to be truthfully honest with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been playing very well together as a team. But yeah, we just need to keep believing and keep going strong, I think.
And did you have that, obviously, at the start of the season, obviously getting promoted as well? Did you have that kind of hope that you would be promotion candidates this season?
Well, I don't even think it was thought about, to be truthfully honest with you. When I come in, obviously the girls had just been promoted, so
Yeah.
they knew it was going to be a hard battle. But I think we just took every game as it was. We just went into every single game going for the 3 points, and I don't think it was expected to be sitting where we are just now, to be honest with you. But yeah, yep.
What's been kind of some of the standout results so far this season?
Standout results. I think when we beat Montrose, that was quite a big battle, because we know obviously Montrose is probably one of the favourites to win the league anyway. Kilmarnock's always a hard outfit to play against. To be honest, they're all tough games, and I can't really pick out one. So I'm trying to think back. What do you think was the?
I would probably say, like, obviously, like as you said, Montrose. I would have thought, like we were talking about Gartcairn and obviously start of the season. I would say obviously St Johnstone as well. Like they have big results as well.
Yep.
The thing at the start of the season is, obviously, we spoke a little about Gartcairn, the men's team as well. The facilities are really good as well. You must be very impressed with how good the setup is there.
Yeah, definitely it is. It's a fantastic setup at the club in TC Park. It's like you say, they've got the coverage in that for the fans if they want to come in. The park is great. Obviously, we used to it and training on it and stuff like that. But yeah, it is. It's fantastic. We're turning up at training. We've got the facility to train on, and then we've got the games at the weekend. So it's a massive plus. But yeah, it's brilliant.
And what kind of made the decision to go to Gartcairn as well? Obviously, you had a kind of storied career in the game. Why Gartcairn was that? Why did that become the place you wanted to be?
I don't know. I'd done my pre-season at Partick, and I was asked if I wanted to go out on loan and then come back after the 6 months. But at the time, I'd never done a loan spell in my career in 20 years. I'm showing my age now. But yeah, I'd never done like a loan spell, so it was a kind of feel like fish out of water. But I'm one of these players that kind of feel likes to stick to a team and just be dedicated to that one team. Do you know what I mean? So the opportunity to stay up in the PL1 was there for me, but I think at the time for me with the kids and travel and stuff like that, it was just maybe not a step back, but just to maybe get the confidence built up again. Do you know what I mean? And get the minutes in the legs for a start. And went to training with Gartcairn, and the first night I turned up, it was like there was probably about 4 or 5 or maybe even 6 or 7 players who I played with. You're talking about through the span of 10, 15 years. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just like a click. It was as if we'd never left. We trained together, and it was brilliant. It was fantastic. The atmosphere was great. Like you say, the setup was brilliant. And all the lassies, we've got such a close connection already. And I think it shows in the team, to be honest with you. But yeah, I could say a lot about the team and the coaches and stuff. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
I'm
your
happy with
career,
them.
your career obviously in the game as well. Kind of at Celtic, likes of Celtic, Motherwell, Hamilton. You mentioned Partick Thistle as well. What's been kind of some of the highlights of your career?
Highlights for me, I think one of my highlights memories is probably walking out my firstborn, walking William out at Hamilton Accies at the park, and there's a photograph actually. It was Ian Steele that took it, and I was speaking to Alba the other day about it. It's mental because one of the first photos I've got and one of the first inspirations for me was Ian Steele,
Right.
Who still deals with Hamilton Accies, and he does the photographs and stuff for him and does stuff behind the scenes for him also. And that photograph always brings back millions of memories for me. So yeah, the fact that he was one of the most inspirational people to me anyway to start my career off, and then all these years down the line he's still part of it. Do you know what I mean? I still even text Ian about Ian, give me a wee hand. What do you think? What's this? He still gives me pointers, and I appreciate him massively. But yeah, probably walking out William for the first time after obviously going through pre-season and training a lot. Yeah, probably that, and obviously top goal scorer will be another big highlight for myself. But yeah, that's.
And we mention this a lot, obviously, about the evolution of the women's game. It has moved on leaps and bounds in the past years. What's that been like for you as a player, seeing it grow so much when we're talking
Seeing
about
it grow, it's unbelievable. Honestly, see over the past even 5 years, never mind 10 years, it's just, the growth has just been insane. Like I say, it's like when I started playing football on the streets, it was never an option for me. It was always, would you want to be? We're older. It was always a PE teacher or a firefighter or something like that. It was never, I want to be a professional women's football player. It was never an option. You know what I mean? But to see it now and see that there's actually full-time players, and it's inspiring the younger generation of girls to actually say to themselves, oh, you know what, I could do this as a full-time job. So it's fantastic. It's brilliant. And it's just getting bigger and bigger. Like people like yourself doing the podcasts and stuff like this, probably a lot of folk don't appreciate it or say it as much, but I appreciate it, and obviously women's football appreciate it. So just want to thank you for that also.
Thank you very much for that. The kind words as well. Obviously, like as well, that the leagues and things like that. Like, who was kind of some of your inspirations when you were growing up, and what was the kind of reason? Like, who was?
When I was growing up, yeah, it was like Ronaldinho and Ronaldo. It was all the kind of players. Do you know what I mean? It was always the skillful stuff I looked at, the keepy uppies and just stuff that you would never imagine, to be truthfully honest. But yeah, Ronaldinho was one of my biggest inspirations. I just watched all his videos and stuff like that. When I was younger, I was a massive Rangers fan. I was going to the games, and I was one of these people who had every single strip. just always ran about in my strips. But yeah, even like Nacho Novo and stuff like that, I've managed to meet them over the past few years. Like that's throwing it back. I don't know when was Nacho Novo. I'm trying to think of what year he was in the team.
2005 to 2010.
Oh, you've got it. That's well remember that. But yeah, even like players like Novo and stuff like that. I'm not kind of one for just picking and choosing one or two players. There's like every player's got like different aspects, and I just like to watch different players. Do you know what I mean? But yeah.
Brilliant. We did have a full card of league action. It's good, as you said, it is very cold, but at least we've got the full league. There's the full card across the leagues. It's always good when that happens, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, always is.
No weather disruptions, but we did. Probably the game of the day was probably in the SWPL one, was Rangers 0, Glasgow City 0. That scoreline does not reflect the game. I thought it was a really entertaining game. Both sides had a lot of chances, just none of them failed to find the net.
Yeah.
Would you say a point suited Glasgow City more than Rangers? Both sides are still unbeaten, but I would say Glasgow City would be the happier of the two sides.
Yeah, I would think so too. Yep. I mean, two of them are very tough outfits. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think a draw would definitely suit the City. Because they're flying just now, and a draw, it's like you say, like the weather. I know folk will say, "Oh, the weather conditions, you can't." Two teams are playing in it, but when you're actually playing it in yourself, you'll not understand it, how horrific the conditions are. But if, like you said, if it was a good game, then brilliant. That's good. That's good for City getting the point from Rangers.
Obviously, with Ross as well, she's she's doing herself no harm. I spoke about this last week. She's doing herself no harm to get the job on a full-time basis. Glasgow City, do you think that's the road they could go down, is giving her the job?
I think so. I think so. She knows she's got a lot of experience throughout the team. Do you know what I mean? And experience is a massive part of it, I think, in the women's game, or any game in general. She knows what she's dealing with, and she's got a very good football head. So I don't see why not. I think she should.
Yeah, Rangers have their game in hand against Aberdeen on Wednesday, I believe it is. That would obviously, if they win that, it would take them to 4 points behind Glasgow City. Again, I wouldn't say they'd be too disappointed to have a 0-0 draw. They'd certainly not want to have lost the game.
Yeah.
But they did have the chances to win at Rangers. I'd probably say Rangers had more of the chances.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. If they've got that game in hand, they're always going to go out to win that 3 points. But yeah, I don't know how that's going to turn out on Wednesday. What do you think?
I would say Rangers will probably win as well. Aberdeen they're on a good run as well. They've picked up in the past few weeks. They're now up to 9th place, but I would think Rangers would have enough.
Yeah.
I do think it is. We'll talk about Celtic's result as well. Celtic, a tight 2-1 victory against Hearts. They had to work. Jacinta and Mengele with the goals in the first half. Smith brought Hearts back into the second half. They were unable to get anything out of the game. Celtic are the winners of the weekend. Obviously, when both Rangers and Glasgow City don't win, Celtic need to win, and that's clearly what's happened. And go to Hearts as well. It's never an easy place to go. That's another big 3 points.
Yeah, that's a massive 3 points. Like you say, when other teams are not dropping points, but like drawing and not picking up the 3, it's always a good thing to get the 3 yourself. So that's a massive pick for them,
Yeah, definitely. Hibs a big 4-0 win over Partick Thistle away from home. Mustafa, Lockwood, Adams and Morrison with the goals. Again, Hibs a similar position to kind of the big 3 in terms of they've got a target, they want to catch Hearts in 4th, and that's a big 4-0 result against a Partick Thistle team that's been on a pretty good run so far. And that's massive for Hibs especially. They've kind of struggled to get a level of consistency. Four different goal scorers, a 4-0 win. It's a great day at the office. Yeah,
it's always good to have different goal scorers on the part, but a 4-0 win is a good outfit against Thistle, because obviously I know Thistle will get a very strong side. But a good win for them. Definitely.
We'll move into Aberdeen 1-0 away to Glasgow Women. Hannah Stewart with the goal. Very good display from Aberdeen the past few weeks. Obviously, with the managerial change, a 1-0 win away to Glasgow Women, who've obviously struggled with get up to the top level. But again, Aberdeen, tight 1-0 win. Hannah Stewart in good form, big result, and it takes them a point above Hamilton and puts them up to 9th.
Yep. Well, we were playing yesterday at Tinto Park, so we just turned up and seen the last maybe 5-10 minutes of it. Again, conditions were rife, but to get the 1-0 win over Glasgow is good. It's good for Aberdeen. They have been doing well. I think if you would said to me, we always think, is it a 0-0 draw, and if so, where is it? It would probably have been at Spartans and Motherwell, wouldn't it? Yeah. The two of them are very similar style of football, to be honest. But the 0-0 draw was probably what I thought it was going to be. Yeah.
Hamilton 2, Dundee United 2. Evans and Martin with the goals for Hamilton. A double from Danny McGinley for Dundee United. What's your kind of overall thoughts in the league? Obviously, we've got the top 3. I think the top 3 are clear, and again, it's going to be a fight between them for the title. But you look at how tight from kind of 6th to 11th is. There's only 6 points between Partick Thistle and 6th and Hamilton and 11th.
Aye.
Who's the kind of standout teams? Who do you? Because obviously 11th would get into a playoff with. I think it's 2nd, I would imagine, for the promotion.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Who do you kind of want if Gartcairn were in that 2nd place? Who would you want to avoid out of that kind of mixture of teams like Partick Thistle, Motherwell, Spartans, Aberdeen, Dundee United, and Hamilton?
It's a hard question. You don't really want to try and avoid anybody, but probably would be Partick, because I know the background and I know the players and stuff like that. Out of all of them, it would be Partick I probably wouldn't want to play against, but again, it wouldn't stop us trying.
Yeah.
But like you say, the top 3s, you can tell obviously with the full time and how many training is getting done, and it does. You can see the breakdown as you go down the league, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's going to be tough. If it did have to happen, there's still a long road to go. Like I say, it's one of the most random, unpredictable leagues you can come across. It's great, very competitive, but yeah, if they come to that bridge, then hopefully we cross it.
SWPL 2, Gartcairn's League. We'll start obviously at Queen's Park 1, Gartcairn 2. Queen's Park won a lot, and Holmes and Kerr obviously brought yourselves back into it. Those are the games, obviously, you need to win if you want to be in the promotion hunt, especially when you're 1-0 down. That's a massive 3 points. And what was the overall kind of thoughts and takeaways for the game?
Yeah, well, like you say, we're going 1-0 down. We've found ourselves in this situation a couple of times now, and it's like trying to get away from that, right? Let's come back into the second half and bringing it back from being down. So try to start off a bit sharper. That's what I'll try to be more consistent with. But yeah, tough start. Weather conditions were brutal. It came in for a corner actually. I think the wind whipped it in, and I think it was a header that took in for the first goal. But yeah, Sviney come in back post, scored the first for us. It's a fantastic player. I'd say, to be honest with you, every single player yesterday pulled their socks up and done what we had to do to get 3 points. But yeah, it was a tough game. Queen's Park are always a tough outfit to play against. But yeah, happy with the result. Very happy with the result.
Brilliant. Montrose obviously kept their run going, a 4-1 home win over Stirling. Gordon with a double, Gammy and Brown with the goals for them. Montrose obviously they kind of gave you a bit of a sore result a couple of weeks ago. How impressed have you been with Montrose when you've been up against them?
Well, Montrose, the first game, I'm trying to think where our first game finished at home. We beat Montrose. I think it was. Let me put me on the spot here. Did we not beat them 1-0? No, I can't remember.
I seem to obviously it was 2-0 a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? It was
2-0. I wasn't at the game. They won
Right.
the away game, unfortunately. But I can't speak much about that. But yeah, it's always tough to get a defeat, a 2-0 defeat away. I think they do well at their home park. Obviously they've been doing well at every other game also, but yeah. The first game that we played against them, I can only go with that one. But yeah, they're a tough outfit again. Another tough team to play against.
Do you think they're the kind of standout team so far in the league? Obviously last season they would have been in the same kind of position as Gartcairn, kind of going for promotion and things like that.
Yeah.
Has that been surprising that the two teams that have been promoted have came are 1 and 2 in the SWPL 2? Is that a surprise to you?
Probably looking at from the outside in, probably people say, "Oh, that is a surprise." But when you see it on paper, the players that are put together in the two teams, then I don't see why it's looked at as if it's a bit of a surprise. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's the teams. Sorry, Montrose and ourselves were a tough teams to play against. So yeah, just need to wait and see.
Brilliant. Kilmarnock, a 2-1 win away to Boroughmuir. They're always tight games between those two teams. Alex Middleton with a double. Again, that's two competitive teams. Again, it just shows you this league. Kilmarnock are a really good run though. Yeah,
they are. Yep. Kilmarnock are. I know I've repeated myself about 12 times saying tough outfit, but like every team in the league they're tough to play against. So whenever you get the points off them, it's a massive bonus. So yeah, Kilmarnock are doing well. I just hope they don't do well against us. Only joking.
And St Johnstone, 3-1 win away to East Fife. Morgan Steedman with a double for them as well. We talk about her all the time. She's probably one of the most consistent players in the league, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. She's a good player. Very good player. Yep.
What do you think about St Johnstone as well? Obviously, they've kind of been similar to yourselves in kind of terms of a run recently. They've been struggling to get wins in the board, but they are capable of obviously challenging the promotion spot.
The St Johnstone have got a strong side also. I think they've just brought Kevin, who I speak to. Yeah, but yeah, they were obviously played against them last week. Didn't get the result we wanted, but they're a strong side. Hats off to them. They played really well. Yeah.
The next few weeks, I'm just going to run through the next few Gartcairn games, and you can give me your thoughts. Sunday, you host East Fife at home. Then the 26th, away a big game out away to Kilmarnock, and then it is away to Boroughmuir and home to Montrose on the 12th of March. They're 4 massive games, and
huge games. Yep.
Win all 4 of them, it could be.
Yeah, that's it.
Promotion.
I think, like I say yesterday, I think we needed that wee confidence boost. And I think we're more than capable, to be honest, to go into East Fife, do the play as we play, and hopefully pick up the points in that game and then bounce on. We just need to take every game as it is. Each game is a different day, game.
Who you been kind of impressed with in your own squad so far? I know it's hard to single out your own players, but who's kind of caught the eye when you've went in, and kind of who have you been impressed with since you went in, kind of on the park and obviously in training as well? There must be some good players in that.
Oh, there
Gartcairn
is.
team.
There definitely is. I mean, the younger ones are. I'm saying younger ones because I'm probably 10 year older than them. But yeah, there's a good few. I can't honestly can't pick out because if you see the players that are in the changing room, you'll see them yourself. They're brilliant. They're fantastic,
Mhm.
and it's learning every week. Every week, do you know what I mean? When I come into the team, it was not like just starting off, but it was like everybody's clicking and jailing and trying to get consistency. And the younger ones are brilliant. They're fantastic. I was wee Caitlin yesterday, and she was brilliant in the middle of the park, and Megan in the middle of the park, and you've got Swiney. I can't pinpoint anybody because everybody just puts their heart in their sleeve and kicks the ball as good as they can, and they done brilliant yesterday.
Yeah,
And
how good's the coaching team in that as well? It must be. It's very, as we say, we talk about a very impressive setup, and it is. And if you've been at Gartcairn, you'll have seen just how good it is. But there are some really good coaches there as well.
Oh, there is. Yep, there definitely is. The coaching staff's great. It's fantastic. You spend a lot of time individual players and spend a lot of time collectively. Yeah, the background staff are brilliant. Honestly, it's getting the strips all hung up, more ready for us, and all smelling good, as we say. There's nothing worse than turning up and putting a bib on and it's absolutely stinking. And I know a few players have been in that position, but no, we don't have that. The background staff are class. Are absolutely brilliant. You can't ask any much more of them, to be honest with you.
Brilliant. Obviously, we'll move into the championship as well with some games there to talk about. Livingston, a 3-1 win away to Hutchison Vale, continues their impressive run, 14 wins from 16 games. Again, Livingston, they're cruising towards promotion, 9 points clear. They're looking at a really good position in that.
Yeah, Livy are a strong side. Good. I know a few players in the Livy side, but yeah, they're doing very, very well, and hopefully they continue to do that.
Renfrew, Sammy Joe Smith scored a hat-trick in a 3-1 win over Morton. Again, Renfrew, all they can do is just keep pace, try and keep pace as much with Livingston. Again, some good players in that Renfrew team as well.
Yeah, there definitely is. Yep, there is. Yeah. Who were they playing yesterday? Sorry.
They were at home to Morton.
To Morton. Yep. No, that's fantastic. Good for them. Like you said, you need to keep kicking on to stay up. It'll be a good game against Livy, actually. Need to see when that one is.
Yeah, Drybra are off the bottom of the table as well. 3-1 home win over Inverness. Again, Drybra, we spoke about it so often. They've been in such an unfortunate position that I think they've only. I think their 8 games they've lost. I think they've lost 6 of them by 1 goal. So it just shows you how unlucky you can be, and to get that result at home to Inverness is massive.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Look, hopefully that gives them a wee confidence boost to kick on the rest of the season for them.
And Ayr were denied a 1-0 win at home when Rossvale scored a last-minute equaliser at Belmont Academy. 1-1 draw between Ayr and Rossvale. The Championship kind of league as well. Who's kind of interested in that league? Like who's kind of caught your eye so far?
I think Livy, like you say, obviously they're sitting at top, but they've got on paper and they've got a very good outfit. They've got a good team. I don't see them dropping much points. But again, Renfrew, if they keep going the way they're going, then they could catch up. That's another one of the leagues that you don't know what it's going to be. Every week can be a different result. So, but yeah, for me, it'd be Livingston. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, League One, I think there's only one place to start, and it's at Falkirk. Did you see the Falkirk result?
No, I didn't.
Falkirk played Glenaffer at home and won 19-0. Suzanne Wyatt scoring 7 goals. Again, it's unfortunate, obviously, for Glenaffer. Obviously, they're going to struggle against a team like Falkirk, but Falkirk, they're more than capable of doing something like that. It's very good. Suzanne Wyatt, in particular, we speak about her a lot. 7 goals in 1 game is
she's a good player. Yeah, she's a good player, and it's always horrible being in the opposite position, the opposite team. Sorry, when you're getting beat games like that, it just kicks the morale. But if they keep playing the way they're playing and banging the goals in, then they'll keep going up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Grampian scored 9 away. We'll just get the results. Dundee West 1, Grampian Ladies 9, Edinburgh Cali 1, Stenhouse Muir 2, Giffnock 0, West Dyke 3, Airdrie Ladies 1, FC Edinburgh 3, St Mirren 3, BSC Glasgow 1. FC Edinburgh are obviously the team to beat. They're 14 wins out of 15 games. They've only drawn 1. They're the only team not to lose. 10 points clear. They look pretty good, don't they?
Oh, that's a great run. That they are. They look very confident. They do look very confident.
And obviously all the top 6 winning. Again, it just shows you that league. The top 6 there's a bit of a gap between the top 6 and the bottom 6. Again, another really competitive league, and it shows you just how competitive all these leagues are.
Yeah, that's brilliant. It's fantastic to see. It honestly is.
Yeah, Emily Dalgety scored a hat-trick for Grampian in the 9-1-1. Kelly Rossman continuing her really good run for St Mirren and scored a hat-trick as well. Who's some of the kind of players like in those kind of leagues that like, obviously you played with before? There must be some standout players when you play in your career. Like,
Yeah, there's a few players that, like you say, Kelly Ross and Maxine. I played with Maxine at Claremont. She's a cracking player. I don't know if you know Maxine personally, but she'll always be one of my top strikers to play beside, to be honest with you. So I hope she keeps doing what she's doing. She's class. She's a good player.
Brilliant. And obviously, I need to ask you about Gartcairn before we kind of wrap things up. Promotion is obviously the target. What would it feel like to get the club up to the Premier League?
I think it'd be brilliant. I honestly do. I think it would. To even do it off of just coming up for promotion last year is just a massive, massive, massive achievement. So to do that would be huge for the team and everybody. But I honestly do personally think it's we're more than capable of doing it. I think if you see, I say to the lasses, we've played everybody the first round. So we know who we're playing against. I know teams change and stuff like that, but you need to take that on board and have a bit of belief in each other as a team and just go out and play every game as it is. And I think we're more than capable of doing it.
And what about yourself? Obviously, like after playing, you thought about your plans maybe when you decide to stop playing. Like, have you thought that far ahead?
For me, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I just take every week and every month as it is. But if I can get promotion with the lassies, then I'll be more than happy. But yeah, full time for me would be. I don't even look at it that way. I've never been paid to play football in my life. Just do it for the passion. But if it's to come at an option, then it'd be crazy. But for now, it's going for promotion with the Gartcairn lassies. So,
brilliant. Dionne, it's been an absolute pleasure to be on the show. Thank you very much and best of luck.
Thank you so much for having me. And like I say again, I appreciate what you do, getting the women's game out there to keep doing what you're doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much to everyone that's tuned in. Please follow us on social media for consistent women's football coverage. And as always, subscribe to our YouTube and podcast channels. Thanks very much. We'll see you soon. Cheers.